Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer. First and foremost, happy Easter. We are wishing you a happy Good Friday and a fantastic Easter Monday. This is the festive season for Christians, and Court Helicopter values family. Those driving, drive safely. Those heading to the village, say hello to the old folks in the village. Greet your mother, greet your father, greet your siblings, and enjoy your life in the Geshagi in the village. What we are discussing today, there is a raging debate. The President of the Republic of Kenya has insisted that his former deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, must return the property he inherited from his late brother, the late governor of Nyeri, late Gachagua. Is the president right? In these two episodes, we will be looking, one, that the president is right. In the next episode, we shall be looking at the response of Gachagua, where we are also saying the law supports Gachagua. So why is the president right that the properties of Gachagua should be returned back to the estate or to the widows of Gachagua? The law is in the Law of Succession Act, Section 29, where the law talks about who is a dependent. After Gachagua died, the dependents were his wife or wives. Gachagua had two, the late Gachagua, the late governor, had two wives. Two, his children. So the children from the two wives were the beneficiaries. That one, there's no dispute about it. Then the third category are not beneficiaries. They are classified as dependents. So the question everybody is asking, Wakili Danson Omari, Court Helicopter, tell us, the late governor died in 2017. Was the Rigathi a dependent on that time? Was he depending on his brother? 2017, Rigathi was in the ballot campaigning to be a member of parliament. He was elected as the MP. So could he prove that he was depending on food from his late brother, the governor? Was he being bought medicine and he had a parliamentary medical scheme? Was he accommodated by the late governor? Was his clothes, his suits being bought by the late governor? Was his food coming from the late governor? Because the parameter on deciding who is a dependent was settled in the case of Hezekiah Oyugi, the former powerful permanent secretary in the Ministry of Interior, where the wife and the mother of Hezekiah Oyugi was declared by the court to be a dependent. How did the court arrive at this? The mother had moved away from Oyugi's and was staying with Hezekiah Oyugi. So Oyugi was giving accommodation. The mother was eating and getting all the meals from his son, from the son, Hezekiah Oyugi. This mother had a medical condition And it was proved in evidence that all the medical needs were being provided by the late Hezekiah Oyugi. So the question is, was the late Governor Gachagua supporting his brother? The answer is no. And that is why the president is very clear that that will, if there was a will to that effect, that will was supposed to be challenged, and that will was going to be revoked. Number two, why the president is right. The president is saying that the will was made at the last minute when the late was dying. How many hours was the will drafted and signed before the governor died? It was just a few hours. Was the governor, the late governor, in the proper frame of mind? Among the reasons why wills are declared a nullity is if somebody gets to do a will when his frame of mind is incapacitated by medical conditions. One, the type of drugs the governor was being taken might have been drugs that made him drowsy, made him not think straight. The governor had written other wills, but under the law, the last will, the last codicil takes precedence. And therefore, if this will, although it has been taken and adopted by the family court division, if this will is revived and taken to the Constitutional Court of Kenya, the questions that will be asked in the Constitutional Court of Kenya is one, Article 45 of the Constitution protects the property of a deceased person to his direct blood relatives. Those are wives and children. Unless the wife and the children are not there, that is when the property will vest into other people in the lineage. And in that lineage, it is the parents of the late governor who are supposed to get this. It can't be Rigathi who was going to be entitled on this. What is the concept of public policy in law interpretation of the law? The public policy looks at the morality of decisions of the court. What could an ordinary citizen, an ordinary Kenyan expect? The ordinary citizen, that is the public policy, is that everybody expected the estate of the late Governor Gachagua to vest in his wives and his children. So this is an issue that can be revived. It has not been closed. Can somebody move to the Court of Appeal and challenge that decision of the High Court? Yes. This one will be an issue of revising. One can either go to appeal that decision or can go to the same High Court for revision. That is review under civil procedure, the civil procedure rules and provisions. If there is new material evidence presented to a judge, that issue can be deliberated. So it is my finding, but in this first episode, I totally agree with the President of the Republic of Kenya that Gachagua was not supposed to inherit any property. The argument that the will said all properties to be sold to pay the debts, and after that the property to be distributed equally among the 21 beneficiaries. What is the rank of a biological child? What is the rank of a wife who contributed into the making of the properties against a brother of the deceased? Do they rank the same way for them to get the same shares? That is against the concept of public policy. Wakili Dansan Omari delving into the most controversial political discussion right now. My advice to the President of the Republic of Kenya and those agitating for this is that the decision to revert the properties will not be in political rallies. The decision to return the property to the widows and the children will not be in State House. The state has a right. I have seen the family writing the letter to the Attorney General. The Attorney General has no specific provisions under the Ages Act to interfere into this matter. This is a matter that should be taken to court. The clear provisions of the Constitution are present. Clear provisions of the law of succession are present. Presidents worldwide are present, so that the widows and the orphans of Governor Gachagua can get what is rightfully theirs. Wakili Dansan Omari bringing it to you in the 2 episodes why President Ruto is right, and in the 2nd episode we are saying Gachagua that is Rigathi, is also right to state that the properties were distributed equally. Keep watching and enjoy your Easter, because Court Helicopter values the festive seasons. Asante sana.